Imagine living in a world where everything is pitch black and silent. This is a life for Emma, a deafblind college student majoring in elementary and special education. She has no vision and has minimal hearing with the help of two hearing aids. Emma struggles through college as she cannot communicate with her peers or participate in class, and speaking up has always been a challenge for her.
Emma has deaf blindness, a condition that hinders individuals to effectively communicate with the people around them and has severe effects on an individual's mental health and economic opportunity. What's worse, over 466 million individuals worldwide are deaf, and 97.6 million are deafblind. But only 20 to 30 million of these individuals who need care providers have access to them. This leaves over 58.5 million deafblind individuals worldwide who do not have access to the support service providers or braille devices that they need to communicate. And this does not even include individuals who are solely deaf or solely blind. The World Health Organization estimates $70 to $110 billion is spent every year towards deaf-assisted technologies in education, and 63 to 73% of this is spent outside high-income countries. Yet only a small percentage of the deaf and deafblind population is assisted. Additionally, in the next 50 years, estimates confirm that the number of deaf and deafblind individuals will double in size. So what do these 60 million individuals do?
Although deaf and deafblind organizations are working to help individuals acquire better communication devices, such as braille readers and writers, these range from $1,000 to $15,000 and require large laptops to display text. Because of this, national organizations spend lots of money to assist only about a sixth to a third of the deafblind population. The rest of the deafblind population must resort to using impractical yet cheap ways to communicate, such as communication cards, which consist of a pre-written message on a card. Deafblindness is clearly a huge emerging problem, and there needs to be a cheap yet multi-purpose solution that can adapt to the user's needs.
That's why we created S.E.N.S.E, a specialized, easy-to-use, novel sign language expert, which is a multi-purpose, wearable robotic glove-like device, which is designed to help people learn sign language.
As you can see in this competitive analysis chart, S.E.N.S.E is a unique product in the market. We can teach sign language at a low cost with personalized feedback, where our competition can't. An example is HIM's BrailleSense, which costs around $5,595 on average. BrailleSense simply translates text into Braille, which the user can read. However, when someone has to talk or communicate with others, this is a very tedious process. So that's why we created S.E.N.S.E, a novel solution that can teach students with sensory difficulties sign language at a lower cost.
We have also taken into account the function and anatomy of the human hand in our design. The human hand primarily consists of 5 flexor tendons, which allow for the flexion of each finger, and the palmar and dorsal interosseous muscles, which allow for the abduction and the adduction of the fingers.
This was helpful as we realized the primary muscle in use is the flexor muscles and tendons. By only using a single servo motor for each finger instead of a servo motor for every single joint in the finger, the device is designed to be much more affordable, with limited drawback and functionality, which allows us to drastically reduce the price of our device, costing us only about $110 to develop, including labor and manufacturing costs. And we expect to decrease this in the future as we continue to research more efficient motors. We plan to sell our device for $210, giving us a 48% profit margin. We started our prototyping process by creating a model using a 3D prototyping methodology. We then built a more sophisticated glove using 3D printed parts that could perform signs. However, we realized that these prototypes had many drawbacks, so we created our third and final prototype. This stage 3 prototype is our final prototype with a device that fully encompasses a user's hand, with flexion in all fingers and abduction, adduction, and opposition in the thumb and little finger.
So how does this work? The glove consists of 3D printed rings that cords are threaded through, allowing for the finger to flex and extend. There's also a mechanism on the back of the hand to allow the thumb to adduct and abduct while still being able to bend like the other fingers. Instead of individually programming each of the 34 servos, we perform various signs in front of a camera, while the movement of specific key points on our hands is captured in a 3D space. Each key point is associated with a specific servo on the glove, and the angles between these key points are calculated to determine the appropriate position of each of the servo motors when the glove is making a sign. This allows us to easily train the glove to learn new signs simply by finding videos of someone performing their respective gestures, and many libraries already exist for this.
Our solution is split into 3 different modes: the training mode, the assessment mode, and the translation mode. The training mode is where the users can train themselves by moving their fingers into specific positions. The assessment mode is where the users perform these signs in front of the AI algorithm, and our code is able to tell if he or she is performing the sign correctly. And if not, they can get personalized feedback. The translation mode can be used when a deafblind individual has to communicate with others.
We've also done significant testing with the device and have confirmed it to perform the ASL alphabet with over a 92% mechanical accuracy. And you can see some examples in this video here. So here's a breakdown of our financials. We plan to have $1,035 in expenses per month in the original year and sell about 7 units per month, and our costs will be used in these areas. This will give us a total monthly revenue of $560 and a burn rate of $475. We expect to become profitable within 18 months as the number of units sold per month will increase and our product research costs will decrease. We need about $16,000 in funding, and we've already obtained a couple $1,000s from previous competitions.
We know customers will choose S.E.N.S.E due to its affordability undercutting the rest of the market by 1,000%, while still effectively teaching sign language. Stephanie Logan, a particular deafblind individual, states that sign language utterly changed her life, allowing her to communicate in a totally different way, and we hope many others feel the same way. Once we expand within the United States in the first couple of years, we plan to go worldwide, and our primary consumer will be international deaf and deafblind organizations, such as the World Federation for the Deaf and the World Federation for the Deafblind. These organizations are already spending billions of dollars to help those who are deaf and deafblind with assistive technologies, and we hope to partner with them so that we can market our product worldwide. Initially, we plan to get grants from the state of Ohio, who already spends millions of dollars to support deafblind education. Overall, we built a fully functional device that can effectively teach users sign language while providing personalized feedback. We hope that S.E.N.S.E will one day be able to help many people who are deaf and deafblind, or anyone who wants to learn sign language. We hope that our product will help those like Emma so that we can make their lives a little bit easier. Thank you.